Classic Hits 107.9 WKIO, LA Frederickson with you, and now it is my distinct pleasure to welcome vocalist and performer extraordinaire Kelly Hansen, lead singer from Foreigner, to the show. Kelly, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, and listen to that radio voice of yours.
Yeah, well, you've got quite a resume, Kelly. Let alone the fact is this is probably the longest band you've ever been in, right? At this point,
it is, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. But man, I was checking your history here, and you've got a number of recording credits with other bands before you even joined Foreigner.
I've been singing professionally for over 40 years.
Wow, good for you. I heard a quote once that rock bands, classic rock bands, if they the lead guitar players and the bass players, if they take care of themselves, that they are actually better players years later, and lead singers, if they take care of themselves, then that they can continue to do that for a long time, but the drummers just run out of gas.
I don't think that's true at all.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. This guy was telling me that.
Did they explode like a green blob?
Right. Yeah, I guess it's a Spinal Tap thing or something. But anyway,
yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you did before you were in Foreigner. Hurricane was a big band you were in for a while, right?
Yeah, I have done a lot of different things, hopefully all contributing to me knowing how to and actually doing a good job interpreting a song. And I've been really fortunate and happy to have the varied and well-rounded experiences, not only on stage but in the studio and writing and all that kind of stuff. And I think all of it adds to the pile. And I think to myself sometimes of some of these young artists that are out there that maybe win a contest or on a popular show, and I think to myself, wow, they're going to go out into this experience without having all of that training or that legwork underneath them, and it's got to be incredibly difficult for someone to kind of not have that foundation. And I'm lucky to have had that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Irving Azoff came from this town. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I did not.
Champaign, Urbana, and he was quoted once as saying, how many years of American Idol were there? I don't know, 15 or 20. And there were with subsequent winners, and how many of those have really made it? And there's like less than 5, right? That's how hard it is to make it in the rock and roll business.
Right.
And, of course, you have to have the songs first, which is another thing I want to
ask. And you got to get there, and you got to maintain. And
yeah.
It's they say that it takes your whole life to write your first record, and you have to have your next one out in a year. So
right, yeah.
So it's a lot of pressure.
I wanted to talk about this. I saw an interview with you and Mick Jones a number of years back. I believe it was on the Today Show, and it was after things really started cooking again for Foreigner. And they asked Mick about where they found you and what you brought to the band. And the quote he said, which I thought was very cool, is that you brought the magic back to Foreigner. And I couldn't agree more, man. I've seen you a number of times now, and you really work the stage and the audience.
Well, thank you. I mean, it's such a great compliment, to come from someone as accomplished as Mick.
Yeah.
And to put that faith in me.
Yeah.
And really from the very beginning, he was incredibly supportive and helpful and willing to listen to what I had to say and what I needed to make it happen and for me to do my best work. And so for that, I'm eternally grateful.
Well, I got to give you props, too, because you do, like I said, an amazing job, not only live, but, obviously you had big shoes to fill.
I like to say I brought my own shoes.
No, there you go.
I'm not trying to be anybody.
No, I understand. No, well, let me get into that, because what I'm saying is that I think you do an amazing job of singing the iconic library of Foreigner songs, and not only do you master like the inflections and timbre of Lou Graham's voice, which you obviously had to study, and that probably goes back to your training and legwork and all that to get to this point. But you do add your own distinct style as well. So how hard was it to do that? You got to be kind of true to the original, obviously the melody, but also Graham's inflections and timbre and all that sort of stuff, and you do a killer job of that, man. Explain a little bit how you approached that position.
More than me trying to imitate inflection or all that, I think I came in having a similar bag as Lou, as far as a blues R&B background and an ability to sing these melodies because they are challenging. But I think I do them in my own way. But I'm not here to say, watch how differently I can do this song so you can see how special I am. That's not my that doesn't serve the song. And I think the gig as a singer, when you're interpreting music, is to interpret those songs. But these songs are well-written songs with great melodies and great lyrics, and it's not up to me to change those substantially. So I'm singing the melody. This is not the song stylings of Foreigner. This is Foreigner.
Yeah.
And it's not Frank Sinatra doing it. It's Foreigner doing it. So there's a lot of things I need to pay attention to melody-wise, but I think that my cadence, my groove sits in a different place than Lou. But if you are not into that minutia, you're not going to really see that as much. But it's definitely there.
Yeah. Well spoken, exactly. Because you got to be true to the songs. That's what's keeping this band going, right?
I think they're it's a brilliant catalog that any singer couldn't dream of having. Most bands go out there and they have 2 big songs that they play at the end of their show, and everyone is happy and it's great. But I'm doing a set of songs that are not only challenging, but they're all well known. They're all hit songs. Everyone knows them all, even if they didn't know that Foreigner did them. And so that's a gift to be able to sing that kind of show every night.
Thank you very much for your time, Kelly. I do truly appreciate it.
Sure, man, and I appreciate the support.
I will be there along with everybody else at State Farm Center.
Man.
And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That was Kelly Hansen from Foreigner. Sounds like he's a pretty great guy. Foreigner, by the way, is going to be at the State Farm Center on June 23rd. I encourage you to see this band if you've never seen them before, or if you have seen them before, you know what I'm talking about. Good seats still available. State Farm Center, Foreigner, June 23rd. And we'll be back after this.